Hello there friends, it's CS2 News Hub. In today's episode, major stickers finally in the game, people from the community fix bugs for Valve, huge visa scandal with blast at Austin Major, and the pre-IM Dallas Finals results. And as always, a bunch of other exciting news from the world of CS2, so without further ado, let's get straight to it. We shall kick things off with some pretty frustrating news. Last time we mentioned that there was a chance HooXi and Astralis could end up at the Major since one of the qualified teams were struggling to get visas. In the end though, the team managed to get all their visas in time, so Astralis are staying home. But the story didn't end there. A similar issue popped up in Latin America. Bestia, the Argentinian team, were in danger of missing the Major due to visa problems, and according to rumors, Legacy were next in line to replace them. But the community rallied behind the Argentinian team. Big names like CadiaN, MongolZ, and many others spoke in support. The outcry was so strong that Blast actually decided to be flexible and wait for Bestia to get their paperwork sorted, but then things took a weird turn. The CEO of Bestia posted a photo saying all players had received their visas, but not long after, one of the players shared a post saying that they actually be getting their visas the next day. Blast noticed the inconsistencies and explained everything to the community, saying that they tried reaching out to the org, but got ghosted. Because of that, Bestia were officially disqualified, and Legacy will take their spot at the Major. And while pro players, the community, and personalities are fighting for Bestia to be back at Austin Major with their support in the media, Blast decided to stand their ground. Basically because, according to them, they've given enough chances to Bestia. And the most interesting part is that the CEO of Bestia promised to sue Blast. "We will meet in court," he said. So yeah, there's a lot of drama, but anyways, Blast confirmed the decision with Valve, so I highly doubt that anything will change. And speaking of major substitutions, there will be at least one replacement. As we reported earlier, hallzerk won't be able to attend the tournament, so Junior will be stepping in. Speaking of Astralis, by the way, CadiaN recently opened up about why things actually got worse for the team after he joined. According to CadiaN, the main issue was that the expectations within the org were way too high from the start. That pressure led to disappointing performances. Even he himself admits that he didn't expect to play that poorly. CadiaN said that the root of the problems was that they never fully agreed on roles or positions, so every match felt like pure improvisation, with everyone playing wherever and however they wanted. CadiaN also admits he took on too much responsibility, which only made things worse. He added that he plans to return to the pro scene soon, but only as an AWPer. Right now he's in China, taking a break, recharging and working on his mental health. And right before we jump to the next news, let me tell you about CSGO Lock, because this is an amazing and trusted website for everyone who likes CS skin games. Here you can find lots of fun activities such as case battles against real players, crash, and of course case openings. No more donations to greedy Gaben, because on CSGO Lock you will have a lot more cool crates and rewards for active play. Use our promo code CSNews to get 3 free cases and the 100 deposit bonus. They also have lots of deposit methods and instant withdrawals with a store full of skins. Sounds cool, right? What's even better is that if you don't want to deposit, you can always use the referral system and earn some points. Upgrade your level, progress on the leaderboards, and unlock even cooler daily cases. Make sure to use our code CSNews and test your luck on CSGO Lock. Speaking of IGLs, there's been a pretty unexpected rumor floating around. Or is it unexpected? Apparently, Virtus.pro realized that there might be a problem with their current lineup, and they are finally trying to do something with it. Word is, Virtus.pro really want to replace Electronic. Yeah, it's kinda hilarious, especially considering the CEO's recent comments praising the player's character and the team's direction. And now this. Will this change make Virtus.pro better? Maybe. Will it take a lot of work? Definitely. One thing's for sure though, switching out the captain could give the team a real shot at improving their results, but obviously it will happen only after the Major. Speaking of, Valve finally gave the players what they've been waiting for: player autographs and team stickers. And not only there are a lot of interesting designs, but also a few new features to go with them, so let's break it all down. The overall thing this time time is obviously the Wild West, the Texas thing, you know. The regular stickers look basically like classic wanted posters, while metallic and gold ones resemble belt buckles. And the holo versions are minimalistic and semi-transparent. Overall, the community's reaction had been pretty positive, well, unless you're Norbert, who called them the worst stickers in CS history. Guys, what's your opinion on the stickers? I opened up like 20 capsules and I only got L and Z, and that's all? L and Z holo, I mean. So yeah, maybe you got more lucky. Share yours in the comments below. Now let's talk about the players, because some are not exactly thrilled. Twists and Sui, for example, both submitted specific designs for their signatures, but ended up with something completely different. Same goes for Hunter from Nemega. His sticker originally had a Berserk anime reference, which Valve accepted at first, but then removed from the final version. The wild part is that you can actually see the original sticker in the capsule promo image. Classic Valve. Speaking of fun details, here's a few more shoutouts. Dong decided to include the manager's nickname in his signature. Some of the MongolZ players added the names of their org's founders. Mzinho decided to give a nod to his coach. And Major probably takes the crown of the most cute sticker because he included a reference to his 2 kids. And JL strikes again. He has a heart-shaped twist. An amazing and sweetest autograph. As for possible new features, souvenir weapons tied to this major will now drop with a match highlight in it, which is a pretty cool touch. And there might be also special charms coming in those souvenir drops, but we'll have to wait and see. Interestingly, this same update included a Warhammer-themed capsule. I mean, 4 of them. 4 Warhammer capsules, which nobody really paid attention to, except for me, I guess? Because I love Warhammer? But, well, what can you do? So guys, yeah, once again, what do you think of the new stickers? Love them, hate them? Let us know in the comments below. But alongside the updates, something really important happened. Valve has officially acquired the rights to D-Cache, which is basically confirmed by the map creator. Yeah guys, that means that they now fully own the map, and there is a real chance that we will see it back in the official map pool after the majors sometime? I don't know, maybe in 6 months, maybe more? You know, with Valve, you never know, maybe in a year. Which map cache might replace is still a mystery, but the important part is this: the rights have been sold, and now Valve can do whatever they want with it. I mean, even just bury it into the ground. You never know. And you know what, my friends? Turns out Valve aren't just borrowing maps from the community, they're also not shy about taking ready-made fixes. Recently, one player discovered an issue with how recoil works in the game, but instead of just complaining, he decided to fix it himself. He wrote a fully functional code, shared it publicly, and even sent it to Valve. I mean, it's a whole scientific research posted on Reddit. And well, what did Valve do? They saw it, copied it, and rolled it out, using his exact code. So yeah, the community literally did Valve's job, because this recoil thing was around for a long time. The players spoke about it, HLTV covered it, and we're just left here thinking, why did it happen? At this rate, players will be fixing all the bugs and inconsistencies themselves, instead of the original developers. Maybe Valve is just short on staff? Nah, I guess not. They're just lazy. Now, we don't know if Valve themselves are dealing with staff cuts, but FACEIT definitely is. According to an investigation by Richard Lewis, FACEIT has laid off about 15% of its workforce and reduced its number of freelancers. That said, the company's profits actually increased by 15%, almost 16%, mainly thanks to ticket sales and other revenues from ESO FACEIT group events, and also merch. One key positive is that the partners and sponsors are sticking around, no one's jumping ship, except from the employees, who were kicked. But I guess there's no reason for regular players to worry, because FACEIT is not going anywhere, the platform is alive and well. And now, finally, let's go to the good stuff, the matches of IEM Dallas. First up, a quick breakdown of the IEM Dallas group stage before we move to the playoffs. In classic fashion, all the most exciting and unpredictable teams were knocked out early, including FaZe, who massively boosted the tournament's peak viewership, and G2, who didn't do much for the numbers but still put up a surprisingly solid lower bracket run. In Group A, GamerLegion made it out in the lower bracket, and remember, they're playing with a stand-in. From the upper bracket, Vitality advanced straight to the semifinals, and the MongolZ locked in a spot for the quarterfinals. In Group B, FaCe dropped into the lower bracket and were unexpectedly taken out by Heroic, but the celebration didn't last long because Heroic were done by Aurora, so the Turkish squad secured the final playoff spot in the group. Meanwhile, MOUZ cruised through the upper bracket into the semis, with Falcons heading into the quarterfinals. As expected, the simple effect was in full force. His matches topped the viewership charts by miles. And obviously, since FaCe didn't make it to the playoffs, the rest of the matches have seen a noticeable dip in numbers. The playoff action kicked off with the MongolZ facing off against Aurora. At first, it looked like a rerun of the PGL Major Astana playoffs, but this time in Dallas. The MongolZ came in locked in and loaded. The series started on Dust 2, Aurora's pick, and the Turks started, well, shaky. They lost the first 3 rounds, but then bounced back to string together 6 rounds in a row. But the MongolZ don't give up so easily. They were slowed down just a little, so the first half ended 7-5 in favor of Aurora. And after the side switch, the MongolZ started to claw their way back. They took the first 2 rounds and tied it up. They gave away 3, but only to catch their breath before charging forward. 6 straight rounds. The MongolZ took their opponent's pick in dominant fashion. Next up was Mirage, the MongolZ's pick, and oh man, the Turks got absolutely steamrolled. The MongolZ came in swinging, and in the first half with a brutal 11-1 lead. And yeah, they finished it with a knife frag. After the side switch, the MongolZ took the pistol round, instantly reaching the map point. Aurora tried to fight back, but they only managed to grab 5 rounds before the MongolZ closed it out to reach the semi-finals. The second quarterfinal featured a showdown between Falcons and GamerLegion. It kicked off on Ancient, where Falcons took both the pistol and force buy, but ran into some problems from the first full buy, so GamerLegion even managed to take the lead, 6-3. Fortunately for Falcons, they pulled themselves together and tied it up, 6-6. After the side switch, GamerLegion completely disappeared. They lost 2-7 on the city side. I guess Falcons really want to see Vitality again. Although Nuke was a completely different story. This time GamerLegion came out guns blazing and dominated early on. They honestly looked solid, but somehow the half still ended 6-6. After the swap, PR, a rising star from GamerLegion, and someone Falcons reportedly had their eyes on at one point, kept tearing it up. It wasn't as clean, but GamerLegion managed to secure 7 rounds they needed and forced the decider. And let's be real, here a big part of that was because Falcons were basically playing 4v5. Oh, it's Nuke, right? So yeah, Nico finished the entire map with just 6 frags. Nico really hates Nuke. Although on the deciding map, Inferno, Kovac wasted no time. He opened up with 2 solid entries. Then Monacy followed up. That set the tone for a back-and-forth battle in the first half, which eventually tilted into Falcons' favor, but the scoreline stayed close enough to keep things interesting. The real turning point came after the side switch, when Falcons won 4 rounds straight, then picked up 2 more, and closed out the decider to take the series. It's possible to see, guys, that the result was impacted by GamerLegion's last-minute sniper change before the tournament. But oddly enough, they actually looked better with Acre instead of Slant, so maybe it's time to seriously consider making the switch permanent. So yeah, the semifinals are locked in. Falcons versus Vitality, a rematch again, and MOUZ versus the MongolZ. And we shall start with the latter, the MongolZ versus MOUZ. It started on Inferno, MongolZ's pick, although it looked really bad for them. At one point, MOUZ were leading 7-0, but closer to the end of the half, the MongolZ grabbed themselves together and finished it 4-8, so it wasn't that bad. After the side switch, the teams decided to exchange forces, but after that, the MongolZ decided to launch a comeback and won 5 rounds in a row, tying the score. At 11-10 on Force, MOUZ decided to take an ace from their sleeve, which which basically turned the round because they were in 5 versus 3 after it. And the game was changed, and the map was over. I don't know what it was, an improvisation from Brawl or something homebrew, but it looked amazing, and they took the first map. Next was Nuke, MOUZ's pick. Here, the situation was the exact opposite. It was the Mongols who were leading. But at 4-0, Spinks turned the tide after winning an important 1v3.
3 CTs versus 1, but he's got the bomb down, and a clean headshot to start. Slams close the door. Expecting more, expecting trouble, attempted to reposition, only has info as to what. Does he know both now? He can transfer, and he will! Spinks strikes thrice!
But honestly, this map was a mess for MOUZ. They were trying to tie together some rounds, but they couldn't do it, so the first half ended 8-4 in favor of the Mongols. The second pistol round was kind of fun because we had 2 Neos from the Matrix.
Presence in hut. Nice tap from Jimmy. They need this one on Desertion Clean. It's falling apart. Need it on Zemzinho. Oh, he's in trouble. Getting away is hard. And I think this time.
But, well, in the end, MOUZ turned out to be stronger. In the end, pretty much because of the pistol round, MOUZ came back. They won almost 7 rounds in a row, which brought them to map point. And then they just took it. After the game, Torji explained that he's really surprised that Dallas people are hating them, which is pretty unexpected to the team. But even with all this negativity, the players decided to go and give out some autographs to the fans. The second semi-final was Falcons versus Vitality, a classic in 2025. But also, thank God, it's a best of 3, not best of 5. Map 1, Dust, Falcons' pick. And after winning the pistol round, the Falcons decided to lose a 2v1 clutch on Force, which basically brought Vitality to a very comfortable score 6-2. Although, thank God, Falcons managed to pull themselves together and fix it. 7-5 first half. But I gotta be honest, after the side switch, Vitality just continued to dominate. Sometimes even just entering an empty side. So yeah, 13-7 map 1 and Vitality wins it. Next, Train, Vitality's pick. And it was the complete opposite, because Falcons were dominating here, even though Zaivu won an amazing clutch. In the end, Vitality won only 4 rounds in attack. And after the side switch, Monesi made his statement. Next, Falcons just won 5 rounds in a row and took the map from their opponent. So it was all about the decider, Inferno. And this map could be called the map of comebacks. Although it started as a classic, Vitality won 6 rounds in a row and people started to think that it was done for Falcons. But Tassus came in. He said, well guys, it's time to win, and he got the first round for his team. After it, the Falcons decided to come back. They won 6 straight rounds and tied the score. Although I have to say that after the side switch, Vitality continued to dominate. They won 4 straight rounds. Here at 10-6, just look at how they correctly placed themselves on A. Pure class. This is exactly why they won the 4th round. But, well, I just have to say that Vitality made it to 12-7 just really soon. But it wasn't over because Falcons came back. And you just have to see it. Here's Nico's ace. Then Magisk made something unreal in 1v3.
And Tessus and Magisk, the Danes looking to do it. Magisk with a double right back. But it's the last moment, the last beating heart. And it's Zaiwu to stop the defuse! The Dane delivers!
Falcons almost made it to OTs, but in the final round were just short. Eventually, Vitality made it into the finals, where they will meet MOUZ. Guys, who do you think will win? Vitality, their 30th match in a row, or MOUZ, who will finally stop the domination of the Bees? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, my friends. I guess the grand finals will be pretty cool. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.